Thank you. This is an exciting time for Gering and our extended communities as we welcome the Expedition League into our community. We're looking for some exciting baseball, and I think our sports fans and enthusiasts will be very pleased to the upcoming season and the future of baseball in our community. A project like this is really special in a community like ours. These public-private partnerships that we try to develop in our communities to make our communities have opportunities to grow into the future are really, really important. And this is just one example of a tremendous public-private partnership that we can enhance our communities with, and hopefully, have something for our youth sports enthusiasts to look up to, and have other examples for other communities to look at on how they can enhance their communities going forward. So, without further ado, we want to make sure we give our new friends and visitors to the community a warm welcome, and make sure that they're get their time. But we're very excited and very pleased to bring them into our community and look forward to some great things forward. So, thanks.
I think it was about 2 years ago when we met Steve Wagner and rolled into town and met with a few of us, and a lot of great things have happened in that 2 years. And when he first came to Gering, his enthusiasm for this league and baseball in Gering was infectious, and it's my honor to introduce Steve Wagner with the Expedition League. Great backdrop, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the league itself. So, Steve?
Thank you.
Well, like Carla said, we've been working together for quite a while on this, and it's been a fun journey. About 3 to 4 years ago, you want me to hold it? Okay. About 3 to 4 years ago, we started the Expedition League, and really had our focus on this part of the world, this region, North and South Dakota, into Nebraska, over into eastern Wyoming, and also southern Canada. And so I can tell you this, it's been a long journey, and I knew it would be. I didn't know if it would take till the 2018 season to get going, but it's probably good that I didn't. But it's been a long journey, and we've been very excited about the Gering Scottsbluff area for a long time, and so it's been great. The city has been wonderful to work with, and if you look at our footprint and summer collegiate baseball, the one thing, and Chuck will talk more about this, but summer collegiate baseball is really high level, top tier collegiate talent. So very, very good college baseball players from the region and across the country. But what really makes this neat is it's very much like the minor league baseball experience in that it's fun. We're going to have a lot of cool between innings events, a lot of different giveaways and fireworks and special promotions and things of that nature. So it's really something for the entire community. And that's what I've really loved here is the people of Gering have really embraced us and what we're doing. The mayor and city council and everyone else that we've worked with have been really wonderful, and the new ballpark is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to play baseball there next summer. But it's really an event for the community. And we play 32 home games in the summer, and people come out and watch baseball, but there's also a lot of really neat things going on for families and members of the community as well. So if you look at our footprint and where we are, the Expedition League is comprised of 2 divisions. We have the North Division, or the Lewis Division, and the South Division, or the Clark Division. And Gering, Scottsbluff, Western Nebraska is in the South Division, and so in the Clark Division. So we'll have 5 teams in each division, and we're really excited about that. So we'll play within the division much more heavily than outside the division. We're still working on Casper, Wyoming, so we're not certain about that one for 2019, but the other teams in the south will be Hastings, Nebraska, and Spearfish and Rapid City, and like I said, hopefully Casper. And then the teams in the north or Lewis Division are Pierre and Aberdeen, South Dakota, Dickinson and Minot, North Dakota, and Brandon, Manitoba, Canada, which is a couple hours north of Minot. So that's what the league is comprised of. We're really excited about getting started here. Can't wait. Chuck and Myra are in town, and things have started, and things are going extremely well from just a few days on the ground. So we're very excited about it. So thank you for coming out, and we can't wait for next year to get things started. So thanks a lot.
If you guys don't mind, we're going to get for a second to set up.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. And then you're really going to get bored.
I just want to take a couple of minutes. There's a tremendous opportunity for these announcements made today as it relates to tourism. And I think all of you here today know how important tourism is to our communities as a whole. And sports and recreation tourism is one of the fastest growing market segments in tourism. And it's also an ongoing trend for both in community development and downtown revitalization. And as we all know, baseball is very important to our local communities and the region itself. From our Little League teams to our high school teams, family, friends, and relatives travel afar to make sure that they support our local teams, and we certainly expect that to be for our new Expedition League team as well. While attending the ball games, sporting events, and things like that, our baseball visitors always embark on the things within our community as well. They take time to dine, and they take time to shop and visit our attractions, and also spend time, filling with fuel and buying groceries and those types of things. So visitors play an important role in this sports recreation tourism. And today's announcement between the Expedition League and the City of Gering is really an exciting investment in both our tourism industry and our sports recreation industry as well. So Gering welcomes and embraces the collegiate level baseball teams and a summer of baseball season that we know is going to enhance our community as a place for both leisure and family activity. This Oregon Trail Park, the new field that's being built behind us, and the Expedition League become part of the brand of our city. As a commitment to the quality of life for our youth and for our families, and a recreation complex that's poised to attract local, state, regional, and visitors to both play and experience baseball in Gering and Scottsbluff. So it's my honor on behalf of the Gering Convention Visitors Bureau to welcome Chuck and Myra and the Expedition League to our community.
Thank you.
For those of you that I haven't met yet, I'm Chuck Heeman. My wife Myra and I were the owners of the new team in the Expedition League, and we've been involved with this maybe 3 months now when we first started reaching out to Steve Wagner to find out what's involved, what the Expedition League is, all the particulars of it. And one thing that you look for when you go through really anything is you read the signs. You look for red flags, you read the signs, but since we started this journey, every single thing that we've talked about and wanted to do, everything has been falling into place for us, and that really is an indicator that we're in the right place and we're doing the right thing. So we're thrilled to be here. The mayor's been great to us. I think we've got all the paperwork signed now. The lease is officially signed. So we moved here on Monday from Arizona. So we are here permanently as permanent residents, and we can't wait to get started. I want to go over a few things. I have a longer list than probably I need to, but I know people are interested not just in the ballpark and everything, but the team itself. What's the team going to look like? Again, it's collegiate wood bat. All of our players that come in during the summer are college players. They have to have three things. They have to be on a college team. They have to be eligible athletically. They have to have some eligibility left. And the most important thing is they have to be academically eligible. They have to have made their grades. So it's important not only that they can play baseball, but that they're students at the level that they need to be qualified. So with that, we've already started recruiting players for next year, and we've already got 7 schools that will be sending us players. Normally in this business, you land about 12 to 15 schools that will send you players, and we normally stock our roster at about 30, and we'll dress 25 a night. So we've got 7 schools committed already. I know we'll get some more as the schools and the kids come back to school. A couple of them we've got. Nebraska Omaha is going to send us players. Creighton, University of New Mexico. I know WNCC, Coach Jones is going to send us some people. Colorado at Colorado Springs, Northern State, Tennessee Westland, who is the coach there, is a friend of mine, so he'll always send us players. So we're already in the process of recruiting players, and we've already got some schools lined up to do that. So the team is forming up, and I know we're 9 months away from playing, but this is the time of year to do that when the players start coming back to school. So we've got that going. We're close to naming a head coach. I think within 2 weeks we'll have a deal finalized with the guy that we want to come here. He's somebody I've worked with in the past, and I'm pretty sure he's going to do it. So we'll be making that announcement in a couple of weeks. A big thing for us is that all of our games, home and road, will be broadcast live on KNEB. And that's a big get for us. We play 64 games in about 71, 72 days. It's really important for us to have that community presence so that people can follow along. So all of our games are going to get broadcast. We'll have live streaming. It's also a big thing for the players' parents, because we'll have players come in from all over the country. Their parents can listen, their coaches can listen online, and then they call me and yell about their kids not playing, and then I have to tell them why their kid didn't play. So, so now we're here. We're open for business. We can do season ticket deposits. We're ready to go. Our website will be up and running soon. Our Guess the Team Name contest is live. If you go to our Facebook page, you'll see it. We have a Guess the Team Name. There's 4 selections. People that select the right name, from those people, we'll pull a winner, and that person's going to get 2 season tickets and a cap and a jersey, and they'll throw out a first pitch at our opening game next May. So that's up and running. I would recommend taking a look at that. There's 4 names, and one of them will be the name. So for us, our next step is we're opening the office. Our office until February is going to be right in the Oregon Trail Days building, right over there. They've been nice enough to work with us and let us use that space. We will be, again, open for business. We're installing phones, I think, on the 12th. We're working on team logos and websites and all the stuff you do, and we'll launch a lot of that in September too. And we've been in town a couple days, and we've already had some really good meetings with potential sponsors, and that's an important part of our business. So we've had a really good reception on that so far. I'm going to let Myra talk for a second about host families, and I can't tell you how important host families is to what we do, but she is in charge of our host families, and she's going to talk a little bit about what that is and what's involved.
And Vicky, who just left, is one of our host families, our second host family, by the way. We had one last week who got our information from Facebook and called us and signed up to be a host family. Host families are vital to us. Without the host families, there's not much that we can do, because we have to find homes for the players that are here from different parts of the country. A lot of times I get the question, well, am I responsible for feeding the player? And we know how much college kids can eat. And I tell them, you know what? They're here, bless you. They're in town 32 days out of the season, plus a few, here and there takeaway. And when they're here, they're usually either at the ballpark practicing or they're with their friends. We take full responsibility for the players. So when it comes to liability, the kids have to come with their own medical insurance. We make sure of that. We have them. I like to say we're strict, but we tell them, look, your parents want to know that you're safe. You're away from home. We, as parents, know how vital that is. Just to know your kid is safe and is being taken care of, that's a huge responsibility, or I guess, a feeling off your shoulders as a parent. So I tell the host families, look, we take full responsibility. The kids sign a code of ethic contract when they come in. I like to tell the host families, give them a curfew time, because that way they can say, well, it was 1 o'clock and I was at my friend's house and I didn't know I had to be home by. And I tell them, it's a home, not a hotel. So respect their rules. While they're in their home, they're your parents for the summer. And just as you respect your parents, you have to respect the host families. And I'm strict with that. If anything happens, I don't care if it's at 1 o'clock in the morning, you call me. You're going to have my cell phone number. You're going to call me, and we'll go pick up that kid and take care of him. Send him home, by the way. We did it once in the 5 years that we've been doing this.
Home, yeah, and then he earned it. So
he earned it, yes. So he had it coming.
Yeah.
And so, being a host family, we do a party deck celebration for the host families. We do get-togethers. We give season tickets to the members of the household for the host families. Discounts in food and concessions and merchandise as well, 25%.
Yep.
And what else? A lot of good love. I mean, and we give them a lot of recognition because, again, as I said before, without them, we couldn't do this.
Right.
So
that's a thing that we're working on too. We've already got we got 2 now, and
We got
a
2.
third one lined up. So it's an important part of what we do. Like Myra says, if we don't have host families, we just can't do this.
Yeah.
So the response, we're almost a year out, has just been fantastic.
yeah.
Yep.
So if you know of anyone, please
Send
have
them
them
to
call
us.
me.
Yeah. All right, thank you, ma'am. And another thing, 2 more things I want to go through. We've also contracted with Whiskey Creek, the steakhouse. They're going to be catering our party deck parties during the season, and they're also going to be an extra concessionaire. because if this thing goes like I think it's going to go, we're going to have a lot of pressure on our concession stands. So we're going to have an extra vendor or two to take care of that. Whiskey Creek's going to be here every game with their barbecue, and when we have a party deck, and if you've seen the renderings of the ballpark, some beautiful party decks there. They'll be catering those for the people that come to them. As of today, our season tickets will be available. Our season tickets are $249 for the fixed seats, and they'll be available. You just get a hold of us, and we will take care of you that way. And that's about all. I could talk about this for a month because this is what we do and we love doing it. But I think the better thing to do is if anybody's got questions about what we're doing, how we're doing it, when we're doing it, we're standing right here, and he's here with us. So we'll be glad to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Okay, your Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
Title is what?
Right now, it's Western Nebraska Summer Baseball. When we get the team name launched, we'll change it to that. So Western Nebraska Summer Baseball. Our Twitter handle is WN Summerball, and our email and phone is on the handouts that we gave. Yeah, so you'll be and that right now is my cell phone until we get the office phones hooked up. So there's no escape. If you want to call me, I'll be around. Yep.
Can you share the names, the 4 names that we're trying to pick from?
I have to remember them now.
Okay. See, I knew
Okay.
it was gonna be hard.
Tumbleweeds, Pioneers, Crushers, and Tornadoes. So if you go to the link and actually the Star Herald was nice enough to set that up for us. And all you have to do is guess the one that it's going to be. And all the people that guess the right one person will win the prizes. Yep. And that's live now. It's on our Facebook page, and I believe it's on KNEB and the Star Herald page as well. And I know the TV station has a poll up as well. So they've been really good about being cooperative about that. Good question. Yes, sir.
Will the players have their own vehicles here for transportation?
Hit and miss. Some will, some won't. So what they normally do is they carpool up with guys that either live with them or live close to them. Yep. And that's where the host families come in. We kind of coordinate, and Myra's really good at that. And one of the big questions is, are you bringing a car? Because if you're not, we either put you in with a family with a player that does have a car or close to a player at a family that does have a car. Always seems to work out. Yep. Good question, though.
Transportation to the away games.
Bus. Yeah, charter bus. We're going to have to. I know we're going to have to find an outlet for a charter bus. I know the shuttle company does not have one, but I think they can bring one in for the summer. They usually. I've had to happen before where they'll rent a bus for the summer and then we use it then. But they don't go in vans or drive their own cars because these are long road trips, and a lot of times they'll come back home after a 6-game road trip. After their 6th game, they jump the bus and come home. They're coming home all night. Well, I don't want these guys out there in the middle of the night on their own. So charter buses, it's more safe. It's a better way to do it. So that's what we do.
How important is it for you to get with the local Legion coaches to have a good working relationship and figure out the logistics of high school kids playing baseball along with your league?
Good question. The question was our relationship with the Legion. Actually, we just talked to this gentleman here. Very, very important. Even though right now they're not playing at the ballpark, they're playing here. So we need to coordinate schedules for one thing. I don't want to put them in a position where we're there and they're here. It'll put pressure on the parking, and I want them to succeed. And then when we get to the point of players, if there are Legion players that are signing on with colleges, we want them to play for us. Why not? They're here. To spend summer at home. So if there's a Legion player that gets through high school, signs with a college, absolutely come play for us. So I want to sit down with the coach, and we're going to be gone next week, but the week after, and try and get really ahead of that. It's very, very important that we have a good relationship with the Legion. Yep. Any other questions? It's just too easy.
You mentioned Whiskey Creek is one of your concessionaires. Who
Yes,
else
sir.
will the city put something on?
Well, the concession stand themselves, we operate those ourselves. So Whiskey Creek will be one. I want to find one more, preferably probably Mexican food, because my wife's from Mexico, and if we don't have Mexican food, I'm going to hear about it all summer. So we want to find a good Mexican place, and that'll probably be enough. And again, we'll see how it goes. But the stadium holds 1,200. In an ideal world, I'd love to sell out every game. I don't know that we will.
I think we will.
Well, she says we will, so we're going to
we
sell
will.
out every game. She said it, I didn't.
We will.
Well, we were in Oregon in two similar markets, and we drew more than 1,200 in both markets. And really, that comes back to what Steve was talking about this isn't, you're not coming out to see a baseball game. You're bringing your family out to have fun. and you can afford to do it, our most expensive ticket is going to be $9. And you can afford to bring your family out. There's going to be something going on all the time. Every half inning, there was giveaways and contests and music and fun. So, like I tell everybody, you come out, happens to be a ball game going on. If you want to watch it, that's great, but there's so much other stuff going on, you're going to have a blast. And that's our job, is to make that happen. So I think we're going to draw pretty well. If I didn't think we would, we wouldn't be here. If we didn't think this was a good market to be, we had other options and we didn't take them. We chose to come here. So long answer, but there you go. Any other questions for any of us? Yes, ma'am.
As far as like the college players, do you have any contact with like pro scouts that are going to be looking at these players for possible drafting into the Major League Baseball?
Yes, we do. Actually, we have a coordinator at the league level, and one of his jobs is to make sure that scouts know about our players and come to our games. I've been in this business for 25 years. I've got some connections there too. I worked for the Diamondbacks for 4 years. I know the regional scouts around here. And so one of our jobs is to make sure that scouts come to see these guys play. It's part of the job description. Yep. Any other questions about what we're doing?